Hello everyone, this is Christian Antigua, and I'm going to talk about anonymity's role in freedom of speech, importance, negative outcomes, and possible solutions. Um, Online anonymity is rarely a commodity. Um, Enterprises are allowed to track you geographically, see the emails that you see, and sometimes even pry into private conversations and chats. In order to understand this topic even better, I decided to divide it in small subtopics. First of all, we're gonna see the anonymity's current state and significance. Then we're gonna go directly to the negative outcomes just to sort of have a way to compare the advantages and disadvantages of online anonymity. Then I would like to do an ethical analysis of this tool. Um, Talk a little bit more about the workplace issues regarding anonymity, and also discuss a little bit more about two countries that have a strong stand against online anonymity. Finally, I'm gonna go to the solution through the solutions to stay anonymous. I'll provide small conclusions in order to terminate the presentation. Anonymity's current state and significance. When the internet was still young, the concept of anonymity was valid. It was not until the arrival of social media, such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and MySpace, that the concept of privacy slowly started to fade away. The online anonymity is very important because it sets the basis to protect oneself and your family. Um, there is absolutely nothing worse than finding out that you have an online stalker just because you posted something that you shouldn't have in one of those platforms. Also, data is constantly being sold to other companies in order to provide a better service for you, but this data could be leaked and spread all across the internet, which is obviously a tragedy. Negative outcomes. As mentioned before, online anonymity can be a great tool to defend yourself. However, many people do not care about abusing this anonymous status. Toxic communities can be created around that idea, and they tend to not care about criminally and morally wrong actions such as saying racial slurs, practicing sexual harassment, cyberbullying, and fraudulent scams. There's also a darker turn to this, which lies in the dark web, um, which is currently the highest concentration of uh, criminal companies, or more specific of criminality in the web. Um, there in there you would find websites created to sell you drugs, illegal weapons, and some dedicated to the dedicate to sell illegal pornography, which is absolutely awful, and there should be a way to restrict it somehow. The next topic is ethical impact. Anonymity is a tool and should not be blamed on the person that made it seem as if it was morally wrong. Ethical theory of utilitarianism can be applied here because an online anonymity benefits many, and it helps them achieve freedom of speech without having to worry about a government or a corporation retaliate on them. It only helps criminals who already have bad intentions. An example of this is the narcissist experiment conducted a few years ago, in which two groups of narcissists were exposed to different environment in which they behaved aggressive in the physical one, and this aggression intensified when they were in the online altercation, which led to the conclusion that um, anonymity has a powerful effect on those who are already hostile. Um, there's also a good example of online anonymity restriction when it comes to the Western Kentucky University bomb threat. In this incident, students decided to prank the teachers of the university by saying that there was a bomb inside the walls of uh, um, the location. And after this, the police tracked down their IPs and they were arrested. This constituted a breach in their privacy, but it was justified because they caused public hysteria. Workplace issues comes next as a topic, and in this, online anonymity is constantly being breached because business are um, legally allowed to do surveillance on the workers. They can use keylogger, surveillance cameras, geolocation software, monitor their emails. However, all these measures begs the question of, does it really work? Does it really improve the productivity of the workers? And an interview was done a couple of years ago in which it showed that workers that are being monitored often choose to ignore the rules or steal from the office or take unapproved breaks. Next up is the topic of global analysis. I would like to focus mainly on China and Russia because those two are the one that have a strong um, stance against online anonymity. For example, China decided to I think 4 years ago, decided to create a law called the Internet Forum Service Management Regulation, in which the main purpose was to have control over the messages and posts of their residents, and it was very clear because they required the citizens to introduce their username and other personal information in order to access to forums or have any rights to message to do any kind of messages. The second one is Russia, which decided to ban applications that would um, allow you to go anonymous on the internet, and they also prohibit software that remove the censorship. So software that previous users were employing in order to see blocked images or blocked websites in Russia, they were allowed to do that no more. The next topic would be solutions to stay anonymous. There is an option of using Tor as one of your main browsers, which allow you to go anonymous um, very simply. But this is also connected to the deep web, and many people are scared of this and do not consider this even an option. So, for the sake of those individuals, I'm gonna skip that one and go directly to what you can do right now to increase your privacy. So first, a good option would be swapping or changing applications that track um, your location or your data. These are messaging application and utilizing encrypted browsers, using secure emails. There's also the possibility of um, buying a private VPN, using ad blocker proxies, and in order to increase your security, it would be recommendable to use a new operating system. Lastly, I would like to say that online anonymity is a right, that it should be respected and restricted, and that is a vital tool that will ensure freedom of speech, and that it should not be limited regardless of the country that you live in. Thank you for listening to this presentation.